Welcome to the Marketing Happy Hour podcast. I'm your host, Shelby McFarland, founder of The Marketing Broker. Join us as we dive into marketing tips, business insights, and creative strategies to help your brand stand out. Whether you're an entrepreneur or a marketing pro, grab your drink and let's make marketing fun and effective. This is the Marketing Happy Hour podcast. Let's get started. What's up, guys? It's Shelby. You have tuned into the Marketing Happy Hour podcast again, and thank you so much. I love that you listen to these episodes. If this is your first episode to listen to, I am Shelby McFarland, the Marketing Broker. I own a full-service digital marketing agency, as well as author of Market Like a Boss, of which I believe there's an ad in the middle of this episode that will pop up sometime, so you can figure out then. You can find out when it will be available for purchase and how you can purchase that book. But today's episode is going to be based off a video that I saw from the man himself, the legend himself, Gary Vee. I saw it last night scrolling on social media because I'm one of those night owls that literally cannot go to sleep for anything right now. And I'm like, okay, so I just scroll through informational social media. It's not just brain dumping. It's not just things that are stupid. I actually like to learn something when I'm scrolling social media, especially when I'm not being able to sleep, so I can at least kind of absorb some information. Anyways, back to what I was saying, Gary Vee had an interesting take on the algorithm, and I wanted to share that with you guys. So he gets all creds for this, and if he got it from somewhere else, he did not mention in his video, so I'm at least giving him creds. But he was stating about the algorithm that it is consumer based. He was saying that we need to post up to 15 times a day. Okay, it's a little excessive in my opinion. That's also a lot of work. So let's kind of not focus on that, but let's focus on the part that it's consumer based. He said that we as businesses and people are so wrapped up in focusing on, okay, we're getting these numbers, we're not seeing the engagement, I don't understand why this isn't reaching these people, or so-and-so said they hadn't seen it. But he said that the algorithm is based on consumers. So we as consumers are seeing the ads, or we're seeing the organic post on social media that's actually going to resonate with us more. So the algorithm knows Shelby as the marketing broker. So who shows up on my timeline? Gary Vee shows up on my, feed. Timeline's such an old word. He shows up on my feed because they know that I'm all about marketing, learning new things, business growth, stuff like that. But if Gary puts out something about fishing, that's not going to be placed on my algorithm. So what he was saying is, we need to learn who our audience is, who are our followers, what are the people that we're trying to connect to the most, and that's the type of content that we need to start creating. So I think that in our businesses, now that I've kind of had this idea, or his expertise in it, I'm wondering, as the marketing broker, how can I start doing different content for each person I'm trying to reach, right? I don't think we need to go off brand. We always need to stay on brand. We need to stay within our limits. We need to stay within our services, be true to who we are, just all the things I always preach about that. But how can we start creating different posts for different audiences? I know that some of my audiences are on my social media just for the educational pieces. So I know that I have the videos out there. I'll post things about this podcast out there. I offer them the Boss Marketing Community, so they have all these free resources because I know that's a certain follower that I have. Well, then another piece of content that I create every week is more of a selling piece of content, like how have I increased somebody's website views based off the SEO efforts, or how has someone sold more services because of the social media that we've been doing with them. So I think those are two different ones that I've been doing. And then the third one is usually about my book. And again, that goes back to the people that are doing it themselves. And maybe you're doing it yourself, marketing. So let's break down your business after this episode. I want you to break down your business and how can you start doing posts specifically for different types of consumers of your service or product. I also have a problem that a lot of my clientele are not on social media. So, or if they're on social media, they're not very active. So, if they are someone that says, I hate Facebook, I think the government's watching me, I hate seeing all the ads, blah, 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 those are like my perfect clientele because I will then take their business, put it online. They don't have to worry about managing it, they don't have to worry about messaging people. I take care of all that for them. So, if that's a part of my clientele, how do I reach out to them? Well, they are referred to me by other people. Therefore, everything I posted on social media then goes to Google, and then that's how SEO works on that end. So, if you do have that problem, then just make sure that everything you're putting on social is still being put into Google, and they can always go back, look at that for validation or whatever. Or maybe someone can screenshot it and send it to them if that's the case. So, I want you to break down your business. How can you reach new clients or consumers based on the pieces of content that you put out there? And when you're consuming social media, think about the things that you're seeing and be like, well, that's so weird. Like, I definitely just had that thought the other day and I never said it out loud, but here's an ad, because I mean, that happens to me literally all the time. So think about that, put that in your strategy, make some videos, do some different types of content, stay in your stories, try to reach those different types of followers, because as consumers, we all take it in differently. And it's important as marketers that we are placing things in front of them that they actually want to consume. So I will say, last example, I do not like to consume videos. I'll scroll TikTok, but I'm always on like 3x speed. Like, I hate when people take forever on videos. It drives me insane. And so I'll do that, but I will read like a 6-paragraph post on social media, like on Facebook or Instagram, before I'll watch a 6-minute video, like big facts. But some people would rather watch the video versus reading. So that's just an example of why we are starting to have to create different types of content, thanks to Gary Vee and his expertise in his video last night. Hopefully this will help you out a little bit. And if you try it out, I want to know, like, send me a follow request or send me an email, look me up on LinkedIn. I would love to know how these things are working for you and your business. And you know what? Y'all always know. I'm going to catch you next week. Bye.